thanks for speaking with us at ET Now. Let me first begin by talking about just yesterday, IMD has upgraded their forecast. Have things really changed at your end also? How are things looking as far as monsoon is concerned?
You say that I think this update has been motivated by a data set that came out of the Bureau of Meteorology from Australia, which has downgraded its El Nino outlook. And if you look at when it came out last, as on 3rd April, there's a significant change. Once you take that into account, and you've seen a couple of models that have actually reduced the El Nino risk and dynamically increased the rainfall over peninsular India. But I should also point to the fact that the same bulletin says that they continue with the El Nino watch. There is still a 50% chance of El Nino forming during the monsoon. So we have taken note of this, and I would like to express cautious optimism, but we would also like to spend another week, 10 days looking at the data. Also remember, if you look at past 3 years, the actual rainfall has generally been lower than what was initially forecast, purely on a statistical basis. Even if we have a sniff of an El Nino, it generally tends so far, and this year could be an exception, to stress the monsoon here and there. So we're going to take about 10 days to analyze the data and come back with something.
So what are the numbers that Skymet is working with so far?
I mean, we came out with 95%, so we covered between 90 and 100. So I can understand if you are going to move to lean between 95 and 100, which is covered by the forecast anyway. The IMD said that they're expecting an above average forecast. That means they think they can get to 100 plus. I would hold my horses on that. But yes, there is the forecast, our forecast and the IMD forecast already covers that swell if it were to come. They were at 96, we were at 95, because both our forecasts are really right on the edge. So right now, consider, but maybe in 10 days we will come back with a different number.
The fact that a lot of these foreign weather forecasting agencies are saying that the chances of El Nino have reduced significantly, how does that really change things for the Indian southwest monsoon?
That is incorrect. A lot of them have not. There's only 2 agencies which are important agencies, Australian and to an extent the CFS, which is also continuing its El Nino watch. If you look at the Bureau of Australian Meteorology output that came on the 9th of May, that was yesterday, it also clearly says that the concerns of the El Nino has eased, but still there are 5 out of 8 which are showing an El Nino that is forming. So as I said, we were on the edge a week ago. We are on the thicker side of the edge, but we're still on the edge. We really need to wait for the next 10-15 days to see how it goes. Also, in our experience, outputs that are later in the monsoon or changes are not as reliable as the ones that have come earlier. So we had, for example, upgraded our forecast. Last year's monsoon also, the initial forecast was 105, 106. What you got was 97. So I would say I would again express cautious optimism. There is reason to be positive, but there is also reason to wait for a little more data.
So as far as geographically things are concerned, which are the areas that are likely to get good monsoon this time around, and which are the ones where we will see deficient rainfall continuing? Because last year there were areas like Saurashtra, some parts of Maharashtra that did not get great rainfall. Will that trend continue this time around as well?
Last year the signal was that southern India, where Andhra and Karnataka and Tamil Nadu would be deficient, and we have seen that. They said the red spots have been in northwest India, so Gujarat, Rajasthan, Punjab, Haryana. And if you look at the SASCOF, that is the South Asian meteorological output that came out about a week ago, us or even the IMD have pointed that is the area for concern, and that still remains the area of concern, our region, North India and Northwest India.
And what about Northwest India is still an area of concern? What about the northeast side? Because that
seems to be okay. The eastern and east so far, northeast and east India seems to be a less risk than west and northwest India.
And any updates so far as to when monsoons are likely to hit the coast of Kerala?
Preliminary, but I would say around the Andaman between the 24th and the 27th, and whatever data is available right now, you could take a shot at monsoon making it to Kerala around the 2nd of June.
2nd of June. All right, on that one, many thanks for speaking to us.